Hi guys, welcome back to That Green Kitchen. Today we are going to be making some chicken and dumplings. Very exciting, very nourishing, and honestly just a great meal for when it's cold. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so I am going to be using an Instapot today, but that does not mean that you have to use an Instapot. It's just simply that I live in an RV, so I don't want to pull out the full thing to boil a pot on the stove, so this is what I choose to use for when it's easy, quick. You know, I just want everything to be in one pot instead of doing like 12 different pots because a lot of people do. So, first thing first, we're going to start off with 8 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to let it melt. So, that is our first pass. Now, I'm not saying that I cheat and make chicken and dumplings a lot, but I do make it fairly often because it's easy to put together. There's a certain warmth about it, especially in the winter, and I prefer it over a lot of other soups. If you are looking for a recipe that you're going to hand make the dumplings and everything else, this is not for you. I will be using canned biscuits and I'm not sorry for it, although my dad probably wants to disown me at this point. Still, sorry, not sorry. Now this may look like a lot of butter to you, and that's because it is. We're making a pretty big serving, and this will last us for at least 4 or 5 days. And also, I don't really care if you think it's too much butter. Clearly, I'm not skinny, so cry me a river. Butter is melting. We're gonna let it get nice and toasty, you know, get it up there. And then we're gonna saute our onion and carrots in it. You can add celery to this recipe if you want. I don't want to. And we're gonna do about a cup of carrots and a cup of onions. I already pre-shredded mine and cut mine to whatever you want. You're gonna go ahead and cut this down for about 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. These are cooked down. We're going to take half a cup of flour. We're going to make a roux. Let them cook out in the bottom. We're going to just let that go ahead and cook out and kind of brown a little bit. I mean, we're still making a blonde roux, but you know, nothing wrong with the color. So it is at this point that I'm going to take some salt. Add it. You can also do it started at the beginning. I didn't because I forgot. So, how that goes. Now we're going to deglaze the pan with 4 cups of chicken broth and 2 cups of milk. This is going to be the base of our soup. We're going to go ahead and let that come up to temp. Stirring until it gets nice and thick and bubbly. This will take a few minutes, but we'll get there very quickly. Here, brought to me by my brother-in-law. Does your brother-in-law bring you root beer? I don't think so. Make sure to stir and get all of the bits off the bottom. Alright, I don't feel any more on the bottom. That's all blended together. We're gonna go ahead and add another 3 cups of chicken broth. And I use the paid for it, I'm gonna get my money's worth. Let's just affect the life. We are gonna go ahead and add our boiled chicken. You can use rotisserie chicken, which is one of my favorite shortcuts for this recipe, but I didn't have any, so go ahead and add that chicken in. And then we're gonna add 6 sauce, and we're just gonna give a couple shakes of that. You don't have to add it. I like it. Then we're gonna add about a tablespoon of thyme. You can never have enough, right? Please laugh. Okay, and then we're gonna add about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, tablespoon of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of onion powder. Then we're gonna add about half a tablespoon of salt. And then we're gonna add fresh black pepper. Not that much, because let's face it, you're not really gonna taste it that much. And then we're just gonna give all of this a nice stir. She's looking about right. A quick little taste test. She's fabulous and delicious. Yummy. And then we're gonna take, I basically just pop them open, roll them into a ball, like shred them, pop them into a ball, and then I just literally go like this. Easier with 2 hands. And then we're going to cover and let it sit for 20 minutes. I will see you in about 20 minutes. about 20 minutes later. This is what it's supposed to look like. She's nuts. She's warm. She's in bed. And now we are going to go eat dinner. I'm so hungry. Hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. I don't know what I'm making, so if you got any suggestions, leave it in the comments. Okay? Alright. Done and dusted. Bye!